Welcome back, traders. Second portion of our show, Market Movers. And we get to start with an oldie but goodie here, RIM. Dennis trying to get off the mat.
Well, it was flying earlier this morning. The co-CEOs, they were both stepping down. A new CEO coming in. So stock actually, believe it or not, trade up to 1796, right to that 18 area that we had highlighted on the Market Movers pre-market info page there, and it's pulled straight back since then. It's actually trading down now. So this rally was really short-lived, just over the last hour in the pre-market, from 7 a.m. Eastern to 8 a.m. Eastern. Now it's trading 1688, so it's actually trading down 12 cents. So thought Research in Motion was going to be stronger opening up. Doesn't look like it, Joel.
Yeah, well, Dennis, keep in mind here, we've had a rally from 1245 in this stock, so $5.50 rally, pretty good move for a low price stock here. 18 was a easy level to pick out there. It hit it a few times last week, 1796, and also 1784. Couldn't quite get there on Friday. Only could get to 1767. Looks like we're headed back down, Dennis, perhaps to test this $16 area. 1656 will be our first stopping point. That was Wednesday's low, and then that's backed up major support at the $16 level. Is there 1602 to 1608. So I'd wait for a pullback to the 16 area before I'd start looking at this stock on the buy side.
A lot of your stocks moving this morning are your energy stocks, and Chesapeake Energy, which is CHK, that's maybe going to be the one that's moving the most. They updated their 2012 operating plan this morning. They're liking what it's saying because the stock's trading at 22.10 right now after closing at 20.96. So we're coming right up into this 22 area, which was support. If you go back to this mid-December, we had a bottom there. We look like we're trading above there right now. If we can actually open above there, maybe you can move higher. I think you get some initial resistance right around that 22, but a lot of energy stocks, Joe. I'm seeing the filters kind of littered with them. None up huge, but they're all up 1 to 2%, I would say, across the board. Stocks like APA are up, CNX, DVN, ECA. It's basically, I would say, over 3/4 of stocks in my a real up filter here are energy stocks.
Yeah, I'd have to say this Chucky's a pretty interesting chart here. Normally I would say exploding up $1, right away I'd have to short this thing off the bat, but this thing has really come down from $26 not too long ago. Bottomed out here, made several lows in the 2050 area. Now getting a little bounce. I'd keep an eye on this pre-market high that we have, Dennis, 2220. If in fact it could get through there, there's a lot of real estate in this stock, Dennis, on the upside. 2269 was our high on January 12th, and next stopping point after that would be $23. As far as looking for support on the downside here, got a gap to fill all the way down to 2097, but 220 number, see if we can break above there, perhaps test 23.
Halliburton had earnings today, Joel. Actually, they beat by a penny on the bottom line, but the stock is actually trading down here. Now it's trading down over 60 cents. Closed at 36.20 in the pre-market. It's trading 35.60 right now. So looking like it's going to open down about 2%. Looking at the charts, there's some great support down here in this 34 area. Well, actually, it's a little bit below 34 in those three bottoms there. Joel will probably point those out. 33.75 area there where we bottomed out a few times earlier this year. If we were to pull back to that area, I think you find some great support. I don't know if I see it moving that far back, though. It's a pretty thick stock. What do you think on Halliburton, Joel?
I think we're going to have to get a bounce here, at least to test settlement here at 36.20. This 35.60 level, you're opening right into support. You're opening right into Friday's low. So you could get a similar situation that you had to GE on Friday, where there was kind of the earnings opened up into the low and rallied, pretty much for the rest of the day. Below this 35.60 level, you got a little stopping point at 35 and a quarter. Perhaps would be support as well. So let's call it this 35.60 area be a big swing number. See if it can open up there and hold.
Little merger here. We've got a Canadian merger in the energy field, MFN, which is Mine Finders Corporation. Bring up the chart there for you, MFN. Looks like my internet's going to be slow, so the charts may not work that great, but I'll just talk to you about it. MFN getting a $1 billion bid from PAAS. So a little merger in the Canadian sector. When my internet comes back here, hopefully we'll get a chart for you. But I've been having a little bit of internet troubles here the last few days. So, anyways, Joel, can you give us a technical on MFN or PAAS? Maybe it's better to talk about PAAS, which is the acquirer.
Pan Am Silver?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that stock's currently trading down in the pre-market, trading around the $24 level. Actually, it's going to be opening up below support. Had major support at 24 and a quarter up to 24.41. So look for a bounce up in that area to get met with resistance. Coming back on the downside below this 24 and a quarter level. I don't see much until 23.57, which was our low on January 13th.
Another one moving here a little bit this morning is Texas Instruments. Just trading slightly down, but I think we should talk about it, Joe, because this is one of the big ones that's going to be reporting after the bell. Again, it seems to be I'm having problems with the chart, so sorry about the visual on Texas Instruments, but trading 33.62 right now. 34, I would say, is a pretty big on that stock. So if you could get up to that area, I think you'll find some pretty good resistance. Obviously, after the bell, it could move anywhere. It's had a monster run up into earnings here, Joel. So this might be one of those classic ones. If it doesn't beat by a large margin, you got to think they might sell the stock off.
Yeah, someone was definitely anticipating either some good numbers or perhaps a sympathy rally from the Microsoft numbers. 34.10 was that high that we hit on Thursday. Wasn't able to reach that level on Friday, only getting up to 33.74. I think you're going to have some rust sliding between that 33.74 and 34.10. Perhaps some size coming in at the $34 level. Coming back on the downside, we are 30 cents away here from a double bottom. So as long as we stay above 33.26, Dennis, I expect us to go up and test that 34.10 level. But below this 33.26, folks, man, all hands are off the buy button. I don't see support until 31.96 in that stock. Looking at a steep $1.25 drop in Texas Instruments.
I think we should just touch on these European banks here this morning, Joel, because they're strong again. These things just keep on rallying. I got Deutsche Bank chart up here right now, just looking at this one. We were basically, looking here, a couple of weeks ago, trading in the 35 area. The thing is now trading 43.5 this morning, 43.60 after closing at 42.50. So these stocks just continue to move higher. Deutsche Bank is trading up. We've got a stock like ING trading up, and it's been on a monster move. RBS is trading up, monster move for it as well. These things have not been looking back. I don't know if it's a short squeeze, Joel, that's now come into play here, and it's really catching a lot of people short, or if they really think that some of these European problems are getting solved, because these European banks sure think something good is on the horizon because they keep moving higher.
Well, Dennis, also these things have had the tire beaten out of them too. Over, Deutsche Bank was trading, $55 back in July, and gets under 30. So you're getting a little bit of a recovery rally here. It's been, pops and drops in this thing really since October. After it hit the October lows, we popped in Deutsche Bank here. We popped up to the $48 level. Then it had another drop, made a higher low. I guess you got to keep an eye on the upper extremes here. 47.68 was high back in October, and 47.95 was the high the previous day, that on October 27th. So, these stocks are trying to test the upper end of the ranges that they've been in since October. So that's really the next resistance. Looking at RBS, that seems to be the one that's getting closest up to the major resistance since it's made the lows. That might be your best play. 9.15 is a great number to look at in the Royal Bank of Scotland.
That's all I've really got for you here today, Joel. Again, keep in mind you've got a lot of energy stocks trading higher, perhaps on that Chesapeake operating plan outlook. Apple's been one of your stronger ones, and Research in Motion has actually turned around and went negative. Anything you want to close with there, Joel?
Yeah, just the S&Ps after making that 13-14 high, just kind of peeling back. We're now under Thursdays and Fridays high at 13-11.50. So keep an eye on this 1309 level, folks. Our mid-range and also the daily pivot need to stay above there in order to test that Globex high. That's all I have for today, folks. We'll be back with you tomorrow.